What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Backyard Sim Racing. Thanks for joining me. We are here in take number 3 of trying to get you guys the Sebastien Loeb Rally EVO demo video up. This is going to be the last and final time. Rise or fall, this is going to be the video that goes up, or I'm just not going to put one up. I do a lot of demos, or I play a lot of demos, and I'm going to start putting those demos up on the channel, but this game has been so far a pain in my ass. But I'm going to give it one more whirl and see if we can get it going. So yeah, like I said, we're going to do the Sebastien Loeb Rally EVO demo. That game comes out on the 29th. And it is supposed to be a very good sim. It is like the new rendition of an older game by Milestone that I believe used to be out on PS2. And that people rant and rave about, even today, how that's one of the best rally games ever. So we're going to give this one a whirl, and we're going to try this again. Well, before I do that, I'll tell you what the problem that I'm having is that this game is not... It's not mouse compatible. You can definitely tell that it is designed for a console. So everything that I'm doing, I'm having to do with the keyboard. What I'm finding is when I get in game and I'm actually racing, I have no way to back out. The escape key does not get you out of the race. So if I happen to go off track and I'm stuck, I can't. I'm just stuck. The only way to get out of the game is to do Control Alt Delete. So with that frustration out of the way, we're going to try take number 3 again right now. Let's see how it goes. I'll tell you, this game is very buggy so far. Not a good way to start.
I close my eyes. I concentrate. It doesn't matter how many races you've won, how many rivals you've beaten, your determination remains the same. It's a dialogue with the track, the rumbling and the vibrations. Pushing it right to the limit, trying to understand if you can take yourself even further. Words like champion or legend lose their meaning if there's no will to set new goals.
So they tease you with Pikes Peak. This is Pikes Peak, but then you can't drive it in the demo, which is a little bit annoying too. But I'm not going to be negative about this. What I really want to know is how the force feedback is.
This is why, as you cross the latest finish
So
line,
that's
you
what
already know
our
what your
goal
next
is, to see how it feels through force feedback. And these graphics look good, but I can tell you in
Find a
game they
rookie
don't look
driver,
this good.
The best of the bunch, one who is ready to push themselves even further beyond the limits.
When you're physically in the game racing, the graphics quite honestly look very PS2-ish. Last, 2 console generations ago, not even one. All right, like I said before, there's no way to use a mouse in this game, so you have to do everything with the keyboard. That's a little bit of a pain, but we're going to run through this real quick. Again, this is the 3rd time I'm doing this. Simulation games are never that great as far.
We're ready.
There's a
You can
lot of
decide
talking.
whether to-
I don't need you to talk. Okay. So all he was telling you is that, or he's telling us that if you click the F2, you can do a test drive over there. I did do that, but it just puts you on this big open course, and I actually wanted to get on the rally track. And like I said, you can't escape that I know of unless I'm just missing it. I couldn't figure out how to get out of the race. I was stuck there. But we're going to do quick mode over here. But before we do quick mode, I'm going to go into the options. And now I know where this stuff is now because I've done it a couple of times. Unfortunately, it does not save. Every time you get back into the game, you've got to change all these settings, for the demo at least. All right, race options. Semi-pro is fine. Braking help is off. Stability off. Manual transmission, I leave those where they are. Rewind we're not going to use. Look to apex, turn that off. I can't stand that. Audio options, we have got to turn the music off. Developers, if you're listening, if you're making a simulation driving game or racing game, just leave out the music. The time you spend putting music in the game, put that towards something else. Work on your force feedback or something. We don't want music in the game. If you can tell, I'm pretty frustrated with this game already, but I'm going to make a pass down one of these stages so I can at least give you my opinion on how the game feels to drive, because that's the most important thing. How does it feel to drive? At the end of the day, graphics are not the most important. We're looking for what gives us the best simulation of the real environment. So controller options, we're going to turn this over to my wheel. The pretty cool thing about the wheel, at least mine, I have a Thrustmaster TX wheel. It recognized my wheels and my pedals right off the bat. I didn't have to change anything except for to scroll over to wheel. And so everything should be good. I'm going to go into quick mode because that's where I actually get to get on a rally stage. Single stage is all that's available. I'm actually going to change us away from the VW Polo to this, quite honestly, because it is a little bit slower. Monte Carlo is the only choice. We're going to start the race. And actually loading times is not terrible on this game, so it seems to load the actual race up pretty quickly. But again, you have to, like on any demo, somebody's always talking to you to tell you what to do. See right here, these graphics look good. I'm like, damn, this actually looks really good. But they fool you.
Of your eventual success on the
Please stop talking. All he is doing is telling you what I'm going to show you real quick, which is that you can set up your car. And actually, this is one positive that the game does have. There's quite a lot of adjustments that you can make, both front and rear suspensions. Transmission, there's a ton of adjustments you can do. Also, you can adjust your differentials, front and rear, if you have an all-wheel drive. Inside this transmission settings page, and then brakes have a few settings you can change, and then there's some advanced settings, which we're not even going to go into those. Actually, I'll show you what it is. It's just camber angles and stuff, so it's not really advanced at all, but they could have named that something else. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop in here, and I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to run the actual as far as I can without crashing, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts on what really matters. At the end of the day, the graphics and stuff, that doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you how it feels as a sim and whether it would be worth picking up the full game when it comes out on the 29th. So here we go.
Three, two, one, go. 50, right 4 long, 60. Left 5 minus, very long, narrows, 40. Left 6 minus and right 6 minus, narrows, 50. Left 6 and right 5, narrows, 60.
Sucks because I
Right
can't
6 plus,
go
50.
I can't go full out, because if I
Right 6 minus and
crash,
left 6 plus,
I
130.
can't reset the car. I don't know how to reset the car. And I can't get back out to the menu. So that's why I'm not going balls to the walls, if you're wondering. Said I wasn't going to talk,
Right 6
but
minus and left 5 minus and
yeah,
right
I'm not
5
going to talk.
plus.
Let's just drive.
Left 5 plus long and right 6, 40.
And I know they're trying to show off, you know, they're trying to make the game pleasing for the demo, but I do not think that a snow level was the way to go for the only thing that you can drive on in the demo. I think a dirt course or a dirt stage would have been better. I mean, hell, oh gosh, here we go. What I would have preferred is you let me run on Pikes Peak, since that's the way you were advertising at the beginning of the game on that video, on the intro video. Let me go on Pikes Peak.
Right 4 long and left 2 plus. Right 4, 130.
I have no idea what button e-brake is mapped to, so I'm not using it. So I can't really hit these corners as hard as I would like. Okay, let's talk about some positives, though. Graphics aren't the best, but they're not terrible.
Caution, left 240.
I have not adjusted any of the sensations through
Right
the
4
wheel.
minus.
It is all just however
Left 6
it
minus,
was
into right
set
6,
up
narrows, 130.
to begin with.
Left 6 tightens,
And
40.
I have to say, even though I haven't really adjusted any settings, it
Left
feels
6,
good.
right 2 plus,
Force
40.
feedback feels good. I'm feeling the bumps. I'm feeling when I hit the edge of the pavement.
Left 5,
I
tightens,
feel
3,
the
140.
difference between wet and hard. I feel the wheel a little bit
Right
make
5
a
minus,
motion
very
when
long,
I
and
hit the
left 3,
pavement.
120.
You know, the dry pavement is what I mean.
Right 5 opens, 50. Left
If
3
they
plus,
would
and
get
right 5
the
tightens, 60.
if they get the menu worked out, maybe let you use the mouse, or at least if they're not going to let you use the mouse, let the escape key get you
Right
back
6,
out.
60.
This would actually be a pretty good title.
Left 6 tightens, and right 6
Graphically,
plus.
I don't feel like it's going to be up to par with some of the others that are available right now.
Left 5
But
plus, into right 4 tightens,
physics-wise,
and left 5 narrows, 40.
it does feel pretty good, to be
Left
honest.
5 minus, 50. Left 5 plus, into right 5 plus, 40. Left 6 minus long, and right 5
And I
long.
know, like I said this earlier, I know I'm not going very fast, but I'm just
Left 3 plus,
afraid
and right 4 plus,
that
50.
I'm going to go off track and be stuck.
Right 4 plus long, 70.
And we're about a little more than halfway through, so I don't want
Caution,
to...
left 2 plus on snow.
Yeah, see, it feels so much different on the dry pavement, so that's pretty cool. They've
And right 5 minus, very long on
paid some
asphalt,
good
40.
attention to that. Yeah, and you can feel it when you turn the wheel.
Right 6 plus on snow, and
You
left
feel
4
the
over on
weight
asphalt, 70.
transfer more on the dry pavement than you do on the snow. You feel that more through the
Right
wheel.
4
I don't know how it
minus
would be to play through a gamepad. I don't play racing simulations through a gamepad, and I don't recommend anybody doing that.
Left 5 plus, 40. Right 4 plus, 60. Left 5 and right 4 plus.
So I've never raced, obviously, on Monte Carlo, which that's what this is. But I can tell you, in
Caution,
any
left 6 into
environment,
hairpin left.
the higher you get up in a mountain, the more snow you see, not the
Right
less.
5 minus and left 6 long, tight.
And I'm finding, oh my god, I just ran into the damn woods. But at least we're able to get back on the track. What I find is that tire squeal sounds cool.
Right 5 plus, 40. Left 5 plus, 40. Left
So
4
if you
plus
can
long, and right 3
tolerate the
plus, 50.
graphics, not one more portion of this stage, and we're done. If you can, yeah, finish. Yay. Okay, and of course, like most rally games, it has the fancy slow-mo at the end, which I can deal without.
Final position determines how many credits you earn. Use credits.
Yeah, we know that. The guy's voice is very annoying. Okay, so I know that was a pathetic run through those stages, but I wanted to make sure I made it to the end so I wouldn't get stuck. And here's my final thoughts. I know that it's a demo, it's not a full game. The full game is probably much more refined, and if the menu system is jacked up when the game comes out, I'm sure they will patch it right afterwards. So we're gonna ignore that for now. Physics feel great. The physics feel very, very good. If I had to compare them to another sim, I would say they are very close to Assetto Corsa. They feel much more like Assetto Corsa than they do iRacing. So if you know those two sims, if you prefer one or the other, that will let you know if you would like this rally game. There's plenty of feeling through the wheel, and I'm sure you can pinpoint that and change settings in the full game to make it even better to your taste. So I do like that. So physics, it feels really good, and your force feedback feels really good. Those are two very important things. So on those scales, I mean, I would definitely say that this is a good title. Graphics, it is not up to par with the titles of today, but there are several games that I play and love every day that have the same situation, R Factor 2, and there are a couple of others. Because for me, with a simulation, it's all about physics, so these physics are pretty good. So I started this off a little negative because I was frustrated with getting stuck and not being able to get out of the game, but that just may be a dummy move for me, and I just may not know what key gets you back out. But honestly, I had to do a Control-Alt-Delete twice, and this is the third take on this video. So this was the run-through of the demo. There may or may not be another race that you can do after this. I don't know, but if there is, I'm going to do it off camera. So hope you kind of enjoyed that, even though I was negative about this. If you did, leave a like. Try the game out yourself and let me know what you think in the comments. So we will see you in the next video.